Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm Jessica. It's nice to meet you. So as you see from the title, today's going to be another kind of heavy topic. So in the last video you kind of figured out my birth story and all the complications that went with that, but all in all I have my son and he's healthy, he's with me finally, so that's a plus and a blessing as well. So in this video today we are going to be talking about why I stopped breastfeeding. So I know this is like a heavy topic. Some women, they say like if you don't breastfeed, they judge you. They say like you're not a good mom, you know, you're not doing your job, you're not giving your kids the nutrition and all that stuff. And can you go in the other room, Yvonne? I gotta talk about something deep, and I can't be talking about breastfeeding and all that stuff when you in here. Okay, back to what I was trying to say, okay, before I got interrupted by my son, because he can't hold a binky in his mouth, okay? So, breastfeeding, okay, and I don't want to hear in the comments saying like, oh, because you didn't breastfeed him, that's why he don't have a strong suck. No, it's the pacifier. Pacifier isn't, yeah, it's just, it easily comes out, okay? Anyways, and he falls asleep. And then he cries about his binky. But anyways, so I'm not gonna judge anyone. Don't judge me. I had a plan, and my plan was to do 6 months. First month of breastfeeding, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I was actually not really breastfeeding. I was kind of like on and off, and then mostly pumping exclusively. And that I didn't mind that. I actually bought a lot of bras. I bought a lot of breastfeeding stuff, which I had to return because I'm no longer using them. And the reason why I stopped altogether is because your girl was in motherfucking pain. Okay, I'm not joking. Like every day I'd wake up with these like bumps or lumps and bumps, and then the little baby ones would be like little tender soreness kind of ones that I would have to try to massage. It got to the point where if I didn't pump for like 2 or 3 hours, like I went over that, sometimes if I was even 3, my breasts were so engorged and clogged to when I pumped, it wouldn't come out as much. And I want to say in the beginning I was pumping 2 ounces in the beginning, and it took a real big decrease. I'm talking like an ounce and a half, and sometimes I'd pump and it wouldn't even reach an ounce, and that's when I was getting worried and I was stressing over it. My mind was going all crazy because I have to feed my son. Now, mind you, my son in the story, in my other video, I'll have it linked down below. He was a NICU baby, so he was also on formula. And then when I started pumping, then he was on my milk. So we were supplementing. And we continued that. It kind of helped too, because while I was pumping and stuff, it kind of like helped me get like a milk supply going, and then we would feed him a little bit of formula, and then we'll give him my milk, feed him a little bit of formula. So he was okay with that, and he's very sensitive with the type of formula that he likes. Well, that is okay for his stomach. It's not 100% okay, but that will do is the Stimulac, the Total Pro Comfort, and that's what the nurses fed him at the NICU, and that's what we fed him, and it's ready to eat, and it is expensive. I've tried the powder, gassy sassy, okay? No, didn't work. So ready to eat from the fridge, he likes it, and it's still a little sensitive, but for the most part, that's what I gotta do, and I gotta feed him that. The issue is, it's very hard to find that formula. On Amazon, currently unavailable. It has a powder, that's what I bought. He didn't like it. I can't return it because of COVID. which sucks because it was $132. Okay. And so I had to go to 5 different Targets and order a ready to eat. And I'll show you, it's like one of these like huge bottles, 32-ounce bottles, and you just put them in the fridge. That's Jack over there making that noise of the blinds. So now it's ready to eat, and he pretty much eats one a day. In the 24-hour period, he eats one. So I need 30 to 31 bottles. Okay, it sucks because when I was breastfeeding, I was saving a lot of money, didn't need it. But like I said, I was in so much pain to where, like, when I had to pump legit or try to breastfeed, I would get, my heart start pounding, I would get anxiety, because if I didn't pump, like, my alarm would go off. There was a point where I wanted to gain my milk supply to where I was pumping every 2 hours and also feeding him. So I was sleeping maybe 30 minutes every so often, you know, every feeding. And I was barely getting any sleep. I was sleep deprived. I was dehydrated. I didn't eat. I wasn't taking care of myself. First month, I was doing all that because I could. Second month, or the second month into that, I couldn't because my son ended up getting circumcised, which that's a whole nother thing on itself. But I ended up getting him circumcised where me and my husband had to double team to make sure that they did not get infected. But it was a lot. We had to hold him a certain way and stuff. It was a big transition, and you know, it was also stressful as well because he was very fussy, and I didn't have time sometimes to pump exactly the regimen like I was doing the first month. And so I would be engorged. There would be sometimes I would oversleep, and I would try to pump, and it was so excruciating that I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And so, like I said, I was just in a lot of pain, a lot of anxiety, and every time I would have to wake up in the middle of the night multiple times, I hated it. I started resenting it, and I tried to go to my son to have him breastfeed, and it would work. It would unclog some of the ducts, milk ducts. And the thing is, though, when I would try to switch him on the other side, he was already so comforted with that side, and it was already ready to go. He didn't want to switch to the other side, and the other side needed it too. So it just really sucked. And I tried Hakas, I tried doing the Epsom salts, I've tried all the remedies that you could think of. I tried even using a massage gun, y'all. Not the little tiny one. I did try the little tiny one that looks kind of like a pleasure toy, but anyways, I tried a massage gun on this bad boys, and it was bruising. And so I spoke to my OBGYN, and it was my 6-week mark, and yeah, those past 2 weeks, terrible. And so she ended up, you know, extending my disability. It was just the way it went. I was just so out of it, y'all. Like, in a month, or in those, like, in a total month, yes, I lost around like 29 pounds of my pregnancy. I have like about 8 more pounds left to lose. But yeah, I lost a lot of weight, and it was, in the beginning, it was like breastfeeding. Obviously you lose weight, but I dropped a lot of weight the last 2 weeks of that. Now, I asked her if I wanted to. I told her I didn't feel like giving up. I felt like a failure if I gave up. And so, I would also feel guilty too. And she recommended me to go to a lactation consultant again, which I already went one time, but I feel like I need multiple times. Anyways, I couldn't really go to a workshop because of COVID, so that was annoying. And I'm a type of girl that practice makes perfect. If I keep doing it, then I can easily boom, boom, switch. But the problem really wasn't that he wasn't latching. He was latching occasionally, you know, if I'm comfortable and everything, he would latch. The problem was switching him. You know, he'd get too comfortable on that side, or he'd fall asleep, whatever. And I don't know. I feel like with bottle feeding, I felt like I know he's getting enough. With my breast, I don't know if I feel like he's getting enough, to me personally. yeah, and then I asked her if I wanted to quit cold turkey, how would that go? And she said cabbage leaves, a very, very tight bra, and ice packs, and no stimulation at all. I did pump for a few more, actually 4 more days, and then I just had to quit. I had to mentally quit because it was mentally taking a toll on me, to where I was kind of getting mad at my son if he didn't, you know, switch sides. And I wasn't even bonding with my son, and then I was arguing with my husband. It was just a whole mess, and it was like my job was just pumping and massaging it to pump and try to, and then taking hot showers. And so that is why I no longer breastfeed or pump. But the first few days it was bad. I felt like he was mad at me. I felt I'm mad at myself. But ultimately I just had to make the decision, because if I wasn't taking care of myself, how am I supposed to take care of him? And a lot of other people that I've talked to, because I was venting to, like, I was calling everybody, like I was calling my friends, my family, and letting them know. And yeah, they were supportive with me. So thank you everyone who, especially my family and my friends, thank you so much for all the support and me not feeling guilty and being supportive. Thank you so much. I can't tell you, it means the world to me. And at my lowest point in my life, at that point, thank you for being very understanding and non-judgmental. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not breastfeeding. I'm actually with these. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Probably like, girl, why you? Yeah, okay. The reason why I kept getting clogged, but it was because I don't know if you guys know this, maybe some of you guys do, but I have breast implants. And I know some people that have breast implants, they have no problem with it. With mine, I guess I have some scar tissue or whatever, but it just kept getting chronically plugged. So I think that was a reason as well. And now it's under the muscle, which I don't see why, but I guess there was some scar tissue, whatever. Also, I ended up getting it under the armpit. So, and you know, the milk duds go under the armpit. I don't know exactly the logic behind it, but I think that was the cause of it. And yeah, and it's crazy too, because like before I got pregnant, I was thinking about getting a breast reduction, because I feel like they're too big, and they were even, like, you see this, and I feel like they're actually gone down. I did the cabbage leaves, the tea. Yes, there's tea involved too, like mint, parsley, all that stuff, mint tea. But yeah, I think I'm completely dried up at this point. I probably have a little bit left, but it took about, for me personally, probably about 2 weeks, maybe even longer, because I could still squeeze some out, just not a lot. So yeah, this is what it looked like. It was way bigger, obviously, when I had a lot of milk, but as of right now, they're this size. And I feel like, personally for me, I had surgery because I had itty bitty titties. Okay, just kidding. I didn't have itty bitty. I had like a B. Now it's like a double D, but I want to be in the C. We do a revision, breast revision, sometime either this year, not this year, next year for sure. I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over the big bust or whatever. I kind of just want a good size, which originally I wanted, but this nurse, she talked me out of it. She said, girl, you can go bigger. And then I kept hearing other people say, I wish I went bigger. And then, you know, I should have just listened to myself and went the size that I wanted to go. Yeah, so that's what happened. And now I feel much better. As bad as it sounds, I feel a lot better. I feel like I have the pressure of, you know, I can do things. Like, I don't have to time everything out and make sure at 2 to 3 hours I gotta pump, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like, and I'm not glued to a chair, you know? So it feels nice. And I even tried the portable ones, and that one, my nipples hurt. My nipples motherfucking hurt. Especially the right one. The right one was not cooperating. So yeah, this video might be all over the place. It's just the way my mind is. So yeah, that is the reason why. So I think, yeah, that was like a month and a half I stopped pumping and breastfeeding. So I tried, I really did, but me crying and being in pain is not worth it, and being mean to my child because of that is not worth it. So yeah, I made that decision, and so far I'm sticking with it, and I'm very, very much happy with it because now I can play with him and I can see him laugh and smile and, you know, all his milestones. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment if this has happened to you, if you're in a similar situation. Don't be mean, ain't here for it, and like this video if you enjoyed watching. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.